The next Jurassic World movie is set to release worldwide on July 2nd, 2025. So, we are less than a year away now. However, I am slightly worried about this movie and I can't help but tell you why. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World Rebirth video. We've been heavily focusing on Jurassic World Chaos Theory lately here on the channel, so I think it's overdue and time to divert our attention back to the new movie coming out next year. Despite there practically being nothing worth discussing just yet released, I do expect that this month of August is the month where we should hopefully hear more. Either way, it's time that we discuss more about this movie as we cover all things to do with the Jurassic franchise here on the channel. If you're looking for the one place that covers all of the news, content and information from this franchise, then look no further as we've got you covered on this channel. Today, I want to talk about Jurassic World Rebirth and why I have my concerns about it. It may not be the concerns that you're initially thinking of, but still, I think many people might agree with me here. So once you're ready, subscribed and liked the video, make sure you're all sat back with your G Fuel after using code SWERVE, as it's time to delve deep into why I am concerned about Jurassic World Rebirth. So before we get into this video, because I do presume that there might be one or two people here who might not really know my background too well, I'm essentially 23 years old, I'm a super fan of Jurassic, and I was born in 2001, and 2 months just before the release of Jurassic Park 3. So I did grow up with the original trilogy, I got used to love the original trilogy. I might not have been there when they were releasing, but all 3 movies were there during my childhood. So I learnt to kind of just love these movies. Now, when I started to age and mature, I kind of fell out of love with dinosaurs for quite some bit, and it wasn't until 1 year after release of Jurassic World in 2016 where I watched the movie and I actually thought, yeah, this franchise, it's really good. I haven't been disappointed by a movie yet. So that's what kind of got me into the franchise a little bit more, and then Jurassic World Evolution, where it was kind of announced in 2017 and then released in 2018. Then I enjoyed Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom as well, wasn't disappointed by it, although it's not the best in the franchise. But I absolutely loved Jurassic World Dominion for many reasons that the people who hate Dominion don't really seem to talk about or point out whatsoever. So that's just a little bit of a background before you kind of take my opinion as however you want to take it. Essentially, you're getting an insight to somebody who knows a lot about the franchise, the development of the franchise, because I have spent years of my life studying this franchise from cover to cover basically. Whether that be the known details, the unknown details, the little details and the big details. And that's why I feel like I can appreciate Dominion a lot more than some people out there as well. So why am I concerned about the 7th movie? Well, firstly, let's talk about the good things. It sounds great. Everything that I've heard about from people working within the movie, from people who've read the script already, they said that this script is incredible, they said that the movie is amazing, something that you didn't really hear for movies such as Jurassic World Dominion. So if you're saying that, oh yeah, they'll promote the movie like this because, you know, it's a way to make the movie sound good, they didn't really do that for Dominion, they didn't do that for Fallen Kingdom. Sure, there were 1 or 2 people who said it was good, but there are still a lot of people out there who have read the script and are completely unrelated to Universal, Amblin and the next movie whatsoever, who have also said that the script is good and the movie sounds really good as well. So I don't really have too many doubts regarding that. And when we look at the cast as well, we have Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, Jonathan Bailey, you know, we have a stacked cast of, you know, A-list celebrities here that I'm sure will be able to carry the franchise forward, just like how Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard was able to do in 2015's Jurassic World. But not only that, it's the crew. We need to focus on the crew. The original scriptwriters of the Lost World Jurassic Park and the first Jurassic Park movie back in 1993, he has returned to script Jurassic 7, which is presumably called Jurassic World Rebirth. And not only that, there are reports that Steven Spielberg is heavily involved as an executive producer on the movie as well. He's not just listed as an executive producer like he was in, you know, Camp Cretaceous, Chaos Theory, Jurassic World Dominion. He's actually reportedly a lot more hands-on with this 7th movie. And also we can see that the executive producers are there pretty much hands-on because Frank Marshall, who was also an executive producer on the Jurassic franchise, he's been sharing a lot of behind-the-scenes photos in Malta, in Thailand, and I presume London, hopefully next week. So the cast, the crew, and the early reactions just sound incredible for this movie. And it's been in development for years behind the scenes. As we confirmed back in 2020, we knew that another movie after Jurassic World Dominion was going to happen. This was way before we even got a trailer for Jurassic World Dominion as well. I think this was way before we even got the name for Jurassic World Dominion, so I confirmed that this was happening years ago, and that's because it's been in development since 2020. They put a plan in 2020, I believe they kind of started to utilize that plan in 2021, and the script started beginning writing in 2022. So the script has been written, it's been completed for, I think a year now, besides some polishing touches to it. The VFX has reportedly been done for nearly a year, like almost practically done, and the CGI models as well. So they've had this movie in development for quite some time. So with people saying, they've only started 1 year from release, it's not going to make it on time, that's actually not true whatsoever. A lot of this movie has been in development before 2024. So again, it just sounds like it's really, really good. So before we move on to my actual concern why I am worried about this movie, I must tell you that apparently, and I do mean this apparently, Universal are giving out false leaks and information to protect from spoilers. Now, how does this make sense? Well, if you guys are aware of Deadpool and Wolverine, Disney and Marvel actually went ahead and released loads of false information and leaks to cover up the eventual leaks that we'll be releasing on Twitter and online and other websites. This way, people really didn't know what to believe. Reliable sources were saying stuff like Taylor Swift was going to appear in the movie, and she was never even in discussions, it was revealed. So I believe Universal, if this is true, are doing the same thing. There are currently some leaks regarding this next movie going around on the internet, so do take everything you read with a pinch of salt, even if it does come from me, because even I don't know what's true or what's not true at this point in time. But it does seem like Universal are giving out fake leaks and information just to kind of add more to the mystery of this next movie. So what I'm about to talk about, do take it with a pinch of salt. However, a few weeks ago, I think over a month ago, we reported on the first plot details that we had from Jurassic World Rebirth. And these came from a very extremely reliable source in Deadline. However, of course, Deadline have previously made mistakes in the past, so with this new leak thing going on, again, take it with a pinch of salt. But according to Deadline, the plot of this movie consists of people going to an island and needing a rescue from dinosaurs. It involves 3 adults and 3 teenagers. Now, of course, that sounds like a very basic plot, but I really don't like the sound of that. Why don't I like the sound of that? Well, let's look at the 2 trilogies back to back. Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. A new theme park starts up on Isla Nublar. The Lost World Jurassic Park and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. They try to take the dinosaurs off of the island. Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World Dominion. They go to a secluded location, with Jurassic Park 3 being Isla Sorna and Jurassic World Dominion being Biosyn Sanctuary, that's infested with dinosaurs all over the place to save a child. Now, of course, those are the loose plots of those movies. There are other B-line plots and C-line plots as well, so, with Dominion, there's loads of plot lines. But if we were to look at it as black and white like that, they're practically the same movies over and over again. And this one just sounds like the same thing again. Why are we going to another island? Why are we rescuing more people on an island? I just don't really like the sound of that. It honestly feels like you're just reinventing the wheel for the 3rd time. I just feel like there's not really too much story here, and one reason why I absolutely adored Jurassic World Dominion is how incredible it was for setting up future movies of this franchise. One thing that many people seem to not give Dominion enough credit for is finalizing the storylines of the Jurassic World characters, the Jurassic Park characters, and also the Jurassic Park storyline, the Jurassic World storyline, and the Jurassic World Dominion storyline. They finalized 5 major storylines in one movie, but simultaneously, they set up almost unlimited amounts of storylines for the future movies as well. We have the motor sequence that we can start to delve deep into. We have stuff happening in North America with apparently Isla Sorna dinosaurs now appearing on the mainland as well. We have the Kayla Watts story. We have what's happening with Biosyn after that. We have potential new hybrids that could appear as well. We have dinosaur genome being sold across the globe. Almost endless possibilities thanks to Jurassic World Dominion. And we can do practically anything. We can do short movie horrors. We can do long form movies. We can do movies that kind of culminate into a bigger movie like they do in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So this is what Dominion did very, very well, and people don't give it enough credit for. And I'm very disappointed because by the sound of this apparent plotline of them just going to an island and trying to escape the island from dinosaurs. It's what we've already seen like 4 times at the very least in the Jurassic franchise. Why do we need to see it a 5th time out of 7 movies, you know? There's so much more storyline that they could follow up with, and that's why I really appreciate Jurassic World Chaos Theory, because Jurassic World Chaos Theory is delving deep into the darker conspiracy side of this world, and it's kind of creating a storyline that you never thought you'd ever see in Jurassic, and that's what I like to see. I know people come here to say, oh, big dinosaurs, big dinosaur action, I want to see dinosaurs fighting. You can still get that in Jurassic, sure, but that's why I really like Chaos Theory, because they focused more on the storyline, and that's why Season 1 of Chaos Theory is just below Season 3 of Camp Cretaceous in my opinion. So I feel like that they're kind of completely neglecting all of the hard work that Colin Trevorrow put into Jurassic World Dominion to set up loads of interesting storylines. Not just random storylines, but ones that you can really connect with and listen to and pay attention to and really enjoy as well. And, you know, again, this plotline could be wrong for Jurassic World Rebirth, but I just don't see how they could do something like that on, you know, an island with people who need rescuing. There are some like behind the scene images of InGen supposedly returning. That kind of blows shit out of the water as well, unfortunately. But from that plotline alone, I just feel like they're really struggling with ideas when there's loads of ideas. But with that plotline, I just feel like they could have gone in a complete different direction, and I'm getting more concerned, let's just say that. Now recently, some people who aren't actually working on the movie have learnt about this script, and they are supposedly saying, and I quote, "It's saving Jurassic Park." Now that sounds good, okay? People would be like, yeah, it sounds good, they're saving Jurassic Park, but for me, that concerns me even more. The Jurassic franchise didn't need saving. Sure, there are some people who are going to tell you that Jurassic World Dominion's a bad movie, but from my understanding, the majority of people who say that didn't actually understand that movie at all. So what I think they need to do instead of quote-unquote saving Jurassic Park is to evolve it. They need to adapt it. They need to make people understand it a lot better. Because the Jurassic franchise doesn't need saving. It's the only expanded movie franchise that has $1 billion per movie. More than $1 billion. It's at like $6.02 billion out of 6 movies. It's the only expanded movie franchise that's ever done that before. So these movies don't need saving, they just need adapting, they need evolving to this new movie audience. Because what I think some people don't realize is that Jurassic is an expanded movie universe now. It is not a basic movie after movie sequel, it's expanded, it's an expanded universe. Thanks to Battle at Big Rock in 2019 being the first kind of canonical on-screen media that was away from the main timeline of the movies, that's when Jurassic became expanded. Then 2020 introduced Camp Cretaceous, and now 2022 has introduced Chaos Theory. There's a lot more to this overall story like they show in the DC universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and also the Star Wars universe. That's what you need to compare Jurassic to nowadays, because that's what it is. Whether you like it or not, that's where it kind of falls under in the category of movies now. But overall, I feel very concerned because it just seems like it's going to be a complete repeat of the last movies, and I feel like there's a lot of direction that they can take it in, and I don't know if they're going to do that, and I'm really concerned because there's reports of an 8th movie also on the way, I think in the year of 2028, I believe. So I'm just intrigued to see where they're going to go with the 7th movie to then produce the 8th movie, and hopefully it'll be more apparent once we do get to see more trailers, and when we do get to see the movie. Of course, this is very, very early days of me discussing my concerns. This time next year, you might come back to the channel and see me so happy with the movie. Who knows? But these are just my initial concerns based off these reported plot details from Deadline. So yeah, I mean, each to their own of course, as I am sure some people out there would think that this sounds good. But from a die-hard Jurassic fan's perspective, I just don't see how this story's plot can make a good movie alone. Expanded movie universes need to advance and evolve, not return to the roots. That's why it irks me when I see random people saying Jurassic needs to return to its roots, when that could be one of the worst things that it could do. They don't realize that this is an expanded universe now, and returning to the roots and reinventing the wheel is just not going to go down very well in the 2025 movie industry. We have to acknowledge that now. But yeah, of course, I'm still excited about this movie, since we do actually have a great cast and crew. I just don't see how it fits into the wider universe that Dominion built very well, and why we have to do all of this again. But as I said, take this with a pinch of salt, as nothing is confirmed quite yet. If you enjoyed today's video, then go ahead and like the video and subscribe if you're new around here. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, but most importantly, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.